Jubilee might be one of the most interesting strategists Rivals has added because she does not look like another sit in the back and heal character. She looks similar to White Fox. She's a healer, she's got crowd control, she's got speed, she's got bonus health, and with the right team ups, you can even turn her primary fire into a hit scan pressure tool. So, today we're breaking down Jubilee's full kit, how the Sparkle Mark system works, what her team ups do, and how I actually think you should play her when she drops tomorrow, and how I intend to play her when she drops tomorrow. Before we get into every ability, the biggest thing to understand is that she is a strategist, but her kit is built around tempo. You want to mark people, you want to detonate the marks, boost her primary fire, which you can get pretty fast if you've seen clips already, and just keep fights moving. She's got 275 health, she's got a 4-star difficulty rating, and her whole kit is basically healing, pressure, plus disruption. So if you like supports that can swing a fight, she's probably going to be your type of character. So her passive, the most important thing about her kit is her passive. It's called Sparkle Mark. When Jubilee hits allies or enemies with Dazzling Detonation or her ultimate, Firework Finale, she applies a Sparkle Mark. Then her primary fire, the Energy Plasmoids, can pop those marks. On allies, that gives a healing boost and bonus health. On enemies, it deals extra burst damage. I saw Flats doing this. And it can get really fast. And it's awesome. The team ups make it even faster. So you could stack this pretty significantly. So this is the piece of her kit that, makes everything connect together. You're not just randomly healing and shooting. You're setting up the marks and then you're using your primary fire to cash out the marks. So her primary fire is the Energy Plasmoids, like I said. So this is her basic heal and damage tool. Your explosive light blast, you throw those at your teammates, you heal them, you throw them at the enemies, you damage them. So based on the current tooltips being reported, she has 48 shots and fires about 8 per second. So it's very much rapid fire support weapon. And as we know that it can be increased as well. So that real value comes after you trigger the Sparkle Mark, which is her passive, because then her primary gets enhanced. You get faster attack speed within a window. And while that enhanced state is active, you can keep firing without spending energy. So that basic loop is pretty simple. You apply the mark, you pop the mark, and then you use that boosted primary to pump healing and damage while the fight is still going on. Her alternate fire, the Blooming Ball, this is probably going to be the ability that separates the good Jubilee players from the average ones. So when she launches that tracking orb, it follows a hero, it heals allies in the area, and it damages enemies standing inside the radius. The more you shoot the orb or hit targets near it, the more it charges up. As it charges, the radius will increase, the healing power will increase, so the ability gets stronger the more active the fight is. You can either recall the orb, which matters, because you do not want it sitting in a bad spot and doing nothing. Think of it as a fight anchor. Put it where the brawl is happening, keep shooting through that area, and force enemies to either move out of it or eat the value. So, next ability, Dazzling Detonation, is the payoff for the Blooming Ball. So, you detonate the Firework Energy Orb, damaging enemies in the area and applying blind vulnerability. If the energy is transferred to an ally, they get healing and a speed boost. This is huge because if Jubilee gives both offensive and defensive timing, if your team is diving in, detonate it to blind and make targets vulnerable. If your team is getting pressured, use that heal and speed boost your teammates away from that fight. The main thing is just don't waste it. This ability can turn a fight, so you really just don't want to press it and make it unavailable if you don't need to. Use it when an enemy commits, when your tank walks in, or when you need to save someone from getting collapsed on. Okay, so her mobility, the Sparkling Sprint ability, is her movement and self-steroid ability. Jubilee wraps herself in vampiric energy, gets a speed boost, jumps higher, attacks faster, and can fire Energy Plasmoids at no cost with when the ability is active. It lasts up to 4 seconds and uses a resource bar that refills over about 16 seconds. So this is not just a normal cooldown button. When the sprint ends, she creates a firework energy field around herself that damages and knocks enemies back while healing allies. So that field similar to her ult, but smaller. That makes the ability both an engage and disengage tool, or if you're trying to peel. You can use it to chase and keep pressure up, but you can also use it when somebody dives you and you need space immediately. So now onto our ultimate, the Firework Finale. You saw this in the preview. It's creates that ring around Jubilee. So she charges up and unleashes a massive ring of firework clusters. Nearby enemies get launched up, and then the firework clusters orbit her. And this creates a field that damages enemies and heals allies. The field can expand outward, and when it expands, it can launch enemies again. It's looking like it lasts around 10 seconds, and can shift between a smaller 6-meter field and 10-meter field. And heals allies that are inside it for about 150 healing per second. So I would say the healing is similar to like an invis. This is a massive objective fighting tool. Get enemies off the objective while healing within it. So imagine an invis ult that's pushing the enemy out of the objective as well. You probably want to use this when both teams are fighting over point, like I mentioned before. If you're pushing through a choke, it's probably good to use to just clear that choke a little bit. Okay, so we are now moving into some of the team ups that Jubilee has. She's got the team up Hellfire Sparks. Let's see. Yeah, team up Hellfire Sparks. The base effect is when Jubilee attacks. Her attack speed is enhanced, and this is her team up with the Hood. So when the Hood is on the team, that Void Magic mark lets Jubilee sustain her hit scan indefinitely, which is ridiculous. And then I believe that rapid fire as well. That team up makes her sound, yeah, like the most aggressive DPS support aside from Luna. But we haven't seen this team up yet, so when the Hood is released, we'll get a better look at it. Okay, so the next one is with Blade, the Vampiric Kin. The base effect lets Jubilee deploy a vampiric field where the allies standing inside gain lifesteal when attacking enemies. With Blade, that gets upgraded so allies inside the field also receive continuous healing. This one sounds more like a teamfight focused rather than the Hood being just like make Jubilee a DPS team up. So how I would recommend playing Jubilee, so I think the easiest way to understand her is like an aggressive brawl healer. You want to play close enough to your team that the blooming ball and your healing actually matter, but not super far away so that you get deleted using your sprint or something, or before you're able to use your sprint getting deleted. I would say start fights using the blooming ball, wherever the team is fighting. Use Dazzling Detonation. So yeah, I would start the fight using the blooming ball, then detonate it when an enemy commits. So you can hold it, wait for them to commit, and then detonate it, giving you that boosted window. Save the sprint, you know, if you need to get away, or if you're trying to chase someone down, like maybe a cloak went into their cloak form or something like that, to try and, you know, get away and heal up. And then I would just, you know, hold obviously your ult for any real objective fights and not any sort of like random poke fights or anything like that. Early tips, I would say don't throw the blooming ball and forget about it. You want to have it with you at all times. You want to make sure you're getting the most value out of it and that you're charging it up. That's going to be the most important thing. Don't panic detonate it. Don't button mash and try and detonate it right away. I would say that the detonation sounds like one of her biggest like fight swinging buttons, so really wait for somebody to commit and then go for the detonate on it. Her ultimate, super powerful, so you want to make sure you're holding this as well. It can knock people out of your own team's damage, so make sure you're careful with that as well. If somebody's about to get a kill, you don't want to pop your ult and, you know, lose that kill because you popped your ult and you're pushing them away and saving the enemy. While it doesn't heal them, if you push them away, they might be able to catch a heal or, you know, just get free from CC or something like that. Just make sure if you're playing against Jubilee as well, you got to watch for the sprint, because you want to make sure that she's burning her mobility, and that's probably when she's going to be easiest to punish, is when she burns her sprint. Well, all I'll say is overall Jubilee looks like a really active healer. She heals, she blinds, she speeds allies up, she gives bonus health, she has movement, and her team ups can either turn her into like a primary hit scan pressure tool or just give the whole team lifesteal and extra healing. So I can't see any downsides to the team ups. I think she's gonna be really fun for players who like supports that can be a little bit more aggressive. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Do you think Jubilee's going to be broken, balanced, overrated? I'm going to be maining her, so hopefully we'll see a lot of gameplay out of me with Jubilee. And if you want more Rivals guides, guys, make sure to subscribe. I'll be breaking down her best comms, settings, and gameplay once we get some more time with her. And hopefully we don't see nerfs like right off the bat, you know, in season 9.5. But I'm excited to play Jubilee. I'm excited to play season 9, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.